Okay, we're back. We're going to work on the hat a little bit, and what we're going to do is you have to draw your line around, and what I do is I drape it down, not straight across. It just looks a little better, I think. You can do it any way. If you want to do it straight across, you can. I do it down and around to give it a little bit more just a little nicer look to it. So what I'm going to do is a stop cut, and a stop cut is just simply following your line. And you notice I have a couple of lines here, so hopefully I'm picking the right one. And notice I'm hanging on to this and kind of moving the piece and leaving the knife in one area while I'm doing this. Okay, and I'm going to do the top line as well. Alright, and do a little bit at a time, it's fine. Okay, and if it's a little uneven, it's okay, because I think that was rope anyway, so it won't be a big deal. And I'm just going to kind of trim this off with the tip of the knife very carefully. If it doesn't come out free, you go back and recut it. Alright? It's always fun to do something new I haven't done before. The Santas are fun too, because they're all a little bit different. To some people they might always be the same, but to me, if you add something to it, or there's so many different things you can do with caricatures. Well, he's going to have sandals on, okay, and it will have his toes showing. I haven't figured out exactly how to do that, so that's why we're not down in that area yet. And because this drapes up, I'm going to try to make this a little deeper right here. And recut it very carefully, recut it. And alright, you get the idea. Same thing at the top, recut it, and then we're going to round it off. As soon as I get this done all the way around. Because it's not coming free and clear, I gotta recut it. See how I can recut it even after I try to... Again, you want to be very careful. You don't want to put a lot of force to it because you'll chip something out. See, and because I'm going to do it a little bit deeper, it will give it a little bit more depth to the hat, which I like. You'll see it once it's done here. I know everybody does, at Christmas time, they do all kinds of stuff. I don't see many shepherds being done, unless they're being done part of a nativity scene. Who knows, maybe I'll keep adding one every year and I'll end up with one 10 or 15 years from now. That's an idea. See, I'm just going back and redoing it. Okay, see the shape of that? See, get rid of that background. See the shape and the depth? And the same thing with the top. We're going to bring that down a little bit further. I'm not cutting it off. I'm just making a little V cut there just to make it some extra depth to it. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to round off the rope. And we're going to make it a little fancier. This here you can do as many things as you want. Since this is rope, I'm going to put little rope things on it. I just thought of that now. Just like I do with the Santa, with the rope around his waist, I'm going to do the same thing here. I like it. It's working out pretty good. So far I'm happy with it. You know, really that's all that counts, is that you're happy with it, folks. Unless you're trying to sell it, you know, you're going to have something people will want. But for the most part, I think this has worked out pretty good. It's fun just to take a block of wood and create something new. It is so much fun. Okay, there's his hat, and I will put a little fancy it up after a while here. We're just gonna, and I'm gonna make this a little deeper right in here. Alright, and this here we're gonna make a little deeper as well. Alright, see how it doesn't take a lot to make things look deeper than they are. And a lot of people are afraid to do that, but don't be afraid to do that. Okay, now his arm and his hand here, we're going to work on that. I'm going to clean it up first. I should have done that earlier. I told you I was going to. Uh-oh, I lied. Well, anyway. Alright, what we're going to do here is we're going to go a little deeper with the hand. Actually, we're going to cut the staff to go underneath, okay? And we're going to do that first on either side, so it looks like it's going underneath. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to round this, and I'm going to give him a sleeve here, which would be probably about here. Alright? This one doesn't have a sleeve because it's going into the pocket, but this one needs a sleeve. So we'll put a little sleeve here, and we're going to come upward. Alright. Alright. Actually, the hand's a little smaller than the sleeve, so we're going to just notch that out a little bit there in the corner. Alright. That's good. The same thing with the top, if I can get in there. Alright, see how the sleeve, this is a little smaller than what the sleeve should be. Alright. And we may have to trim this down just a tad to make it look like it's alright, we're going to chop this off a little bit to make it a little flatter. That's okay. Don't get nervous about cutting a little bit of that off. It's not going to hurt it any. Alright, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to round off the hand. Now, the hand's going to be a little bit deeper. I'm going to make some depth here by just cutting it a little bit lower. And I'm going to cut the sides off a little bit. Put his hand down into the sleeve a little bit more. Okay. And if you have to go a little deeper, you go a little deeper. Alright. It's alright. Don't, you know, you just have to make it proportioned a little bit. I'm trying to make it look, the hand look round. You notice how much I'm fussing with these little corners. That's alright. Alright, we'll be right back.